Okay, well, hello and happy July 3rd. We are Independence Day Eve. We're glad that you're with us. We thank you for tuning in here to check us out and see what's going on workerscompensation.com today. Let's go ahead and share the screen so we can get you up to speed. Today is Wednesday, so that means it's newsletter day. So I would like to start there if you don't mind. And we're going to try to do this right now. We're going to do this. Bada bing, bada boom, and share and get rid of that. And there we go. So hopefully it's hitting your inbox if it hasn't done so already. It does so by time zone. So if this is early where you are, you might not have gotten it yet, but hopefully as you do that, you find this insightful and instructive. We have our weekly three, what we consider the three big ones that you should know about that we covered from the previous 7 days. Of course, we have Dr. Claire Musselman's piece, very insightful piece, drawing parallels between the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire and the Purdue Pharma opioid crisis. And that's an interesting one. Even if you're not really into workers' comp or the nitty gritty, this is one that if you have an interest in sort of societal issues and kind of how we make decisions based on what we value, this is a good story for you. And you get a good history lesson as well. Another interesting one that I thought was particularly interesting, our Chris Swaney wrote a story about the increasing amount of workplace age discrimination that's going on. I think in the years that come, the Age Discrimination in Employment Act will probably start taking on a little bit more prominence. Not that it hasn't, been an influential law up until now, but as we know, we're not getting any younger as a population, and the workforce is also aging. And one of the trends that we're seeing across the workforce is that people are either staying in or coming back into the workforce due to the increased cost. Things cost more now, right? We're all aware of inflation. We know what's been going on the past few years. Prices keep going up. That's especially difficult if you're on a fixed income. And so a lot of older workers are, like I said, staying in or heading back to the workforce. And as that happens, we're seeing an increase in age discrimination and age discrimination complaints. So that's one to check out. You'll get some good analysis. She checks in with the experts, as she always does, see what they think on the subject. And you might learn a thing or two from that. And then a little piece there that we looked at last week that I thought was interesting, what makes a disease compensable in Delaware? And that was spurred by a case that considered COVID in a chicken and poultry plant. And so they looked at precedent to see what an occupational disease was in Delaware to apply it. We go through some of that history for you and put it in a nutshell, some of the precedent cases that the court in the most recent case, the Delaware Supreme Court, turned to. And we would be remiss if we didn't highlight our sponsors. We want to give special attention to our banner sponsor up there, Horizon. And if you scroll right down, so that's Horizon Casualty Services. If you scroll down, they're in there twice because this month they have offered up an excellent advertorial on a key subject, one that we've been covering now ever since Ann Llewellyn joined our ranks. We've been covering workers' comp case managers. And this one provides some insight on that topic, the importance of it, what a workers' comp case manager does and what they do when they are, effective and their role is effective. And they tell you also how Horizon can help in that process. And they're great at that. They can connect. They have a provider network that you can tap into and connect with for your needs when it comes to case management and so much more. So check that out. Check out Horizon. Our good friends at workcompcollege.com have partnered up with Rising. If you're familiar with Rising, you know that they often proclaim that their mission and their reason for existing is to make lives better. And you'll want to read about this partnership because that's a way that they're going to make lives better. And we think, and what the tone of the partnership looks like, is that they're going to make the industry better. So that's a good thing to check out. And Paradigm, Well, you know about Paradigm, right? They're there for you pretty much all the time, and you want to connect with them. They're a longtime advertiser with us. We can't thank them enough. So click on that, check out how Paradigm can help you. And then, of course, a big shout out to one of the greatest groups there is, Kids Chance. You can get involved. They're looking for corporate sponsors. Get involved with them. Click on that. See where you can help out Kids Chance and the wonderful work that they do, supporting the children of people who have been in some way impacted by the workers' comp reality. So that's an interesting one. So go ahead and check that out. So hopefully you've signed up for our newsletter. If you haven't, you can do that right there on our homepage. You can scroll on down and we have a nice little newsletter sign up for you. There's Paradigm again. Thanks to them. There's our headlines, our expert analysis, all kinds of interesting stuff there. And you can sign up for our newsletter right there. And we encourage you to do so. And while you're there, why don't you check out our daily headlines? Speaking of case management, like I mentioned, our Ann Llewellyn checks in today with the importance on documentation. So if you're in the case management space, she lets you know not only why documentation is important, but what you can do to really make sure that your documentation as a case manager is robust and ready to go in case an issue arises or a question comes up about the case. So there you go. There's one of these wonderful, insightful, useful stories, and really what are tools that Dr. Claire Musselman provides for us. We've got the 3 C's here: care, compassion, competency. And what I love about this story is there's the tip, the why for the tip behind it. So like listen to the story, why that's important, and how you can put it in practice in workers' comp. And then if you try to step back a little bit, you can do this if you're in human resources or management or things like that, how you can work real leadership and real empathy. That's a buzzword that you hear all the time, but this is how you can make empathy happen to the end of productive workers' compensation results, as well as a well-functioning workplace and in other settings as well. So this is good practical advice, and hopefully you'll take a look at that and see how you can put it into use for you. In the meantime, we thank you for dropping by. We hope that you've had that you are looking forward to a wonderful July 4th tomorrow. We will not be publishing in honor of the holiday. And we hope that you have a wonderful and safe 4th of July. We thank you so much for stopping by, and we wish you all the best. And we'll be talking to you soon. Absolutely. Take care, everyone.